The top stories: Addis Ababa displays ideal hospitality during a series of international conferences. And Ethiopia calls on Chinese investors to augment agricultural export trade. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, with the latest news highlights of the hour. I am Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Participants of the World Without Hunger Conference praised Addis Ababa as an ideal capital city for tourism conferences. They were also deeply impressed by the hospitality and warm reception of the Ethiopian people. Goshu Melliso has more.
Ethiopia has successfully hosted the World Without Hunger Conference, bringing together African leaders, policymakers, researchers, and development partners to discuss strategies for eradicating hunger and improving food security. Participants of the conference approached by ABC praised Addis Ababa as an ideal capital city for tourism conference.
I assume it's the importance of the country. It's also your well-equipped tourism sector, that already the hospitality that provides, of course, good room for and good locations for conferences. Of course, you're also the siège of the African Union, which makes Addis Ababa very important. And of course, your government is a very open government for discussion, for conferences, so a very important country for Africa and for the world.
Maglina Bahamaya, delegates from Germany, stressed users are key drivers to end hunger.
I think the youth play a key role in ending hunger, and we are also the ones who will inherit the burdens which are created by the crisis today. So it's really important for the current and the future generation to transform the current food system to sustainable ones. So I think youth are key drivers in innovations. They bring the solutions, the motivations, but it's also youth often lack sufficient opportunities to be part in decision-making processes, especially in policy making in the agri-food systems.
The other delegate from Germany commended Ethiopia's agricultural potential. She urged smallholder farmers to adopt climate-smart agriculture.
Ethiopia is already a powerhouse in agriculture in Africa. You are probably one of the top, you are the top African exporter of coffee. I think about 4 billion a year gets exported globally, of which about 500 million goes to a country like Germany. Most of your export, actually our largest exporter in the EU is for coffee is Germany. If you think about Ethiopia, the agriculture sector is dominated by smallholder farmers with less than 1 acre. Right? They are growing wheat, they are growing coffee, they're growing soy, they're growing teff. At the same time, the climate isn't what it used to be. So farmers really have to adapt to that.
The World Without Hunger Conference, which was held for 3 days, concluded yesterday.
The 28th Ethiopia-Djibouti Joint Border Administrators and Commissioners meeting, which has been underway in Bishoftu, Ethiopia, concluded Friday. The meeting was co-chaired by Director General of Ethiopian Immigration and Citizenship Service, Salamawit Dawit, and the Secretary General of the Ministry of Interior of Djibouti, Suleiman Mumin. The deliberations mainly focused on strengthening bilateral cooperation in border management, security, and economic development. Salamawit highlighted the historic and enduring relationship between the two countries, describing it as a bond bound by blood beyond common border management. Salamawit further stressed the need for coordinated efforts to combat transnational organized crimes, including human trafficking, terrorism, and illicit trade along the border, ensuring the protection and welfare of citizens for both nations. She also emphasized the importance of continuing to reinforce collaboration in the economic, social, and security sectors. Suleiman Mumin, on his part, reaffirmed his country's commitment to maintaining the strong ties between Djibouti and Ethiopia. He expressed his confidence in their shared vision of enhancing cross-border cooperation, particularly in infrastructure, peace and security, to ensure mutual benefits. Recognizing mixed ethnic people will play a great role to the unity and peace of a nation, said a researcher. Approached by EBC at this dialogue, Teodros Zodou, who conducted a research on mixed identity, said Ethiopia is benefiting a lot from mixed identity people and recognizing their existence is very essential. The researcher also added that a sense of belongingness has a paramount importance for the peace and security. Johannes Fantahun has more on this.
A researcher approached by EBC at this dialogue program said people with mixed identity need recognition for them to have sense of belongingness. According to the researcher, mixed identity has a connecting capacity within different ethnic groups.
Millions and millions of mixed ethnic people do provide this bridgeness, connectedness with others. And so when, the fact that when one says, I am an Ethiopian, meaning when one says I'm an Ethiopian, that person is declaring that I am connected with other Ethiopians. So you have this imagined community from a distance, but the mixed ethnic people makes this imagined community concrete reality. So from abstract concept, you will have this concrete reality being provided by mixed ethnic people.
Regarding the challenges that people with mixed identity are facing, Dr. Teodros said they are not recognized as who they are.
When they come to do counting, when they come to official acknowledgement using a census data, if that person is from a mixed ethnic background, he will be asked to fragment himself or herself, meaning that your family unit will be disintegrated. While stating that the family unit is the natural and fundamental unit of society, yet they come to our house to divide us and then to fragment our family unit. So that's the biggest challenge.
Speaking about what needs to be done to solve the challenges, the researcher said the following.
The remedy, one can begin by examining the Constitution, officially acknowledging the presence of mixed ethnic people in Ethiopia, allowing mixed ethnic person to self-identify itself, the family unit. So self-identification is important. When I self-identify myself, then I see who I relate to. So the remedy can begin by formal apology and then formal acknowledgement.
Ethiopia's capital of Addis Ababa and arrived in the Gamo Highlands with an elevation of over 8,500 feet. Here, the unique geography and available plant species dictate the distinct Dorze diet.
I've seen a lot of animals slaughtered in a lot of African villages, and it's always completely unpredictable.
From Canada,
I'm so happy to be here. How do you feel?
We are very happy too.
Guiding me through this day of eating, Kuru, son of the village chief who sits beside him. Next to me, his mother, the cook who crafted this common morning meal.
Right here we have a tremendous breakfast. It looks like a big tortilla. Would you call this bread?
This we call it kocho.
And this is made from something called false banana.
Yeah.
This is the false banana tree. Here's how it works.
You can use the stalk or the trunk of the tree, which is what this is. Peel this part off. Do we do anything with this?
This will be food for the cattle.
banana trunk firmly affixed to a wooden plank, our cook employs a rolling pin to grind the inner contents.
It's like these amazing cell walls that have big gaps in between. This is what you eat?
Yeah, this is when we scratch it, the kocho is from. When they shave it, there is a strong fiber. So that's fiber, that's the leftover. We use it to make ropes, sacks, traditional hats.
Next, she extracts the liquid from the starchy matter and gives it a mince. From here, you have to wait at least 3 months to eat it, ensuring that it reaches the perfect state of fermentation.
The texture is like a thick wheat tortilla.
Ethiopian ambassador to China, Tafara Derebo, called on Chinese investors to increase their participation in Ethiopia's agricultural trade. Ethiopia has participated in the China Imported Food Ingredients Summit held alongside the International Import Trade Expo in China. The expo and conference was organized by the China Chamber of Commerce. Addressing the conference, Ambassador Tafara Derebo stated that the exports of Ethiopia to China are constantly increasing. Chinese investors have also indicated increased interest in buying Ethiopian products. He said that the Ethiopian embassy in Beijing is ready to promote agricultural products and connect them with buyers. The ambassador made a call to investors who are interested in adding value to Ethiopian products. Information from the Ethiopian embassy in Beijing indicates that various incentives have been prepared for these. Cement manufacturers have been urged to increase their annual production capacity to 80%. Ethiopian Trade and Regional Integration Minister Kasahun Gofe discussed with cement producers to balance the supply of demand of cement products, quote unquote, in order to solve the supply bottleneck of the construction industry. In our rapidly growing economy, manufacturers should increase their annual production capacity to 80% to meet the annual demand of 20 million tons of cement, he said. The government will take action against cement producers who do not submit a performance report to the ministry through strict control and monitoring, he underlined. Kasahun urged manufacturers to expand their factories and directed that transactions should be done directly through the digital payment system. You're watching ABC World, a reminder of the top stories. Addis Ababa displays ideal hospitality during a series of international conferences.